Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It's Monday, about 4:45. Still a little warm, but I'm gonna get out and walk around for a couple of hours, meet some friends, possibly later. That is the Queen Sirikit Convention Center, right on the corner of Benjikiti Park, and behind that large office building is Med Park Hospital. And the MRT Queen Sirikit, I believe there is an entrance and exit over here, and I know there's one here. I could be wrong about the other one. I know for sure that is MRT Queen Sirikit, but usually there's multiple exits and entrances. And that is Ratcheda Pisik, or Ratcheda. If you were to go to the right one stop on the MRT, you would be at Sukhumvit and the Asolk BTS junction. So we're very close from Terminal 21, yet things get a little bit more affordable over here. I'm going to show you a building back there. It's more Thai style. I believe they have wet baths and all. My buddy lived in that building, no complaints, right near the train, pretty affordable price. Now this, whatever it is, 6-story Lumpini place, it's saying it's Rama 4, Ratcheda Pisik. Rama 4 is up that way. Maybe we'll walk in that direction. I think we will, because there's a brand new, is it a Life building? They just built right on the corner. But this is a little bit higher end, Lumpini place. Again, very close to the train. Not even a 10-minute walk from here to Terminal 21, or just jump on that MRT and you're there in no time. I need to go over there and verify. I'm 99% sure there is another train entrance there, but I've only been on the one at the right here. Now this brings up an interesting subject, I guess. This is a big drainage ditch. You want to be careful if you're staying in a unit very close to one of these storm drains. I think there's some soap going on there. It's not really sewer, but washing machines, that type of thing might drain in there. That's not really the problem. The problem's going to be mosquitoes, which really don't bother me, but I know they bother a lot of other people. And this is brand new. The last time I was here, there was I called it a Baja Mexico solution. Somebody had just dumped a bag of concrete so you could jump the curb. I guess it was so popular that they actually cut it out and created this little driveway. You can see one motorbike after another going up to pick up customers or whatever they're doing. Try to get across this road. I'm trying to remember, I think it was right over here. Somebody had just, it looked like they just dumped a bag of concrete, and everybody was using that little shortcut. So this is nice. I guess the crowds have spoke and they want a way to get up here. Okay, it looks like it's a little shortcut to get over to Ratcheda Pisik. Better get out of the way here. I'm trying to remember if there's another train entrance right here. I don't know what's going on here. I think this is paid parking. I think. Yep, you grab a ticket. Many people ride their bikes to the train and then continue on. Yep, so it's another MRT Queen Sirikit right here. They're just spread out quite a ways, and that is Rama 4 up there, so we might as well walk up there. The other station is right back there, so I guess it's not that far apart. And underground, of course, it's going to be connected with different shops, and you could also safely get to the other side of Ratcheda Pisik, and that's the entrance to the train over there. It looks like they have a little garden there I didn't notice before. So if you lived over here, say at that Lumpini place, I think that's what it was called, you have a nice, easy, safe way to cross under and get over to the convention center and Benjikiti Park. That off in the distance is Asolk, and at the bottom of some of those large buildings is where you'll find Soy Cowboy, and off on the left will be Terminal 21. You can see those buildings that look like they have helicopter pads on top. I forget the name of the complex. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it's at the end of Soy 20. And leaving the MRT Queen Circuit, line of motor taxi drivers race you all parts around town. Getting a little bit of traffic going on 5 p.m. We're gonna go up to Rama 4. If you were to take a right on Rama 4, you'd connect down towards the new One Bangkok Mall, right across the street from Lumpini Park, kind of the corner of Wireless Road and Rama 4. You'll find all the embassies over there. Right near the One Bangkok is the Japanese embassy. And then down the way, the US Embassy and the ambassador's residence takes up a huge area. And that's the Park Life building. I'm not exactly sure. I want to say it's more offices. Usually there's balconies when there's also multi-use and condos involved, but I'm not positive. And this is also an office building, the Modena. This guy's doing traffic control. There's some nice artwork. Not far, 5-minute walk to the left here, or from the MRT. There's a brand new building. Let's go take a look. And on the corner here, you have a nice set of stairs to get up and over. So that's nice. You have the MRT station and these stairs just a half block away, and these stairs will even get you across Rama 4. There are some affordable options on the other side of Rama 4, and the MRT line kind of goes up and eases off to the right. I'm forgetting the next station. Is it Klangtui? I'm not a big MRT blue guy. All right off in that direction if we're heading to Chinatown, but the green line, the light green BTS, is my main train. But Rama 4 is no joke. Times it's busier than Sukhumvit. And I've walked down this way. There are a couple of condos off on the left as you get closer. I guess that section of town is called Lumpini. And then here on Rama 4, if you were to follow one of these bikes, you'll be down eventually towards my home and the Lotus and Big C shopping center. My Soi 26 pops out here on Rama 4, goes in between Sukhumvit and Rama 4. The same with 24. I'm forgetting which others. I think you then have to go down to Tangla or Ekamai to pop out on Rama 4. Eventually Rama 4 kind of eases off to the left and connects at Sukhumvit right near the W District and Prakanong BTS. But it's really not that complicated a city. Now I'm just in lower Sukhumvit. I mean, that's pretty easy to navigate. But say I wanted to just get home quick, I would jump on the bus. Let's see, here's an air-conditioned bus, but every 5 seconds it seems like a bus is going by. It's probably 12 or 15 baht. It'd take me down to the Big C, jump off there, get a bite to eat, whatever I need to do, and then I can walk 6 minutes, 8 minutes up to my condo, or jump on a 20 baht motorbike. There's a taxi stand right there. Yeah, there's no train going down this area of Rama 4, but these buses, they're easy to navigate. Even a cab here, I mean, from here to my condo, less than 100 baht, even if they don't turn the meter on, which is getting more and more common. Yeah, 100 baht, less than $3 US. I'm not really complaining about that compared to taxi, Uber, and Lyft rates in the US. Shoot, I was just in Vegas, and even a Lyft, which is supposedly cheaper than a cab, I guess, from the airport there in Vegas to my hotel on the Strip, I want to say it was 35 bucks plus a tip, of course. So call it 40 bucks. you could go from here back and forth to the airport several times for that same $40. And there's the new building. This road right here, if we were to take a left on it, that's where we started the video. And you'll find that Lumpini place. I'm looking 3 different ways over my shoulders. Bikes come out of nowhere. I think that's a Life building. And I think it's open. I'm not sure. It was under construction the last time I was here. I see some laundry on the balconies. And it does say it's a Life building. You'll find those all over town. But it looks like they're putting another building right next to it. This is the construction signs. So that Life is going to be here on Rama 4. Oh, look at that, a Dakar. I don't know if that's a BMW. Try to catch up to it here in traffic. I was watching that, what's the show? Long Way Round. Ian McGregor? Is that how you say his Scottish name? Ian McGregor? The guy from Star Wars. Him and his buddies did a, and this is a bus stop right here, the checkered, if the 50 people sitting there didn't give it away. You can't just flag a bus down. But the two of those guys rode bikes from London all the way around the world to New York City, and then they did South America, and they did one other. So they're good shows. I'm trying to figure out how to get back there. I don't think this is the way. I'm just curious what is back here. And I know myself and my buddies, sometimes it's easier just to go to these large complexes. They're going to have a lot of selection, but sometimes there's interesting places. Who knows? You know, if you could get, I think this is business, but if you can get a little apartment just tucked away. It's a gym right here, but just coming off of Rama 4, you can see it. It gets pretty quiet back here pretty quick. You're right in the heart of the city. Let's go back out and find that Life building. And it looks like that gym's 800 baht. It's not too bad. What's that, about 25 US dollars? I know I looked at some fancy gym right near the BTS at Ekamai. I think it was closer to $50 a month. And I said, I think the condo gym will be just fine. Not that I go there that often. I use the pool more. But I'll get on the bike once in a while. Cardio's not my problem. Walking around. And I'm not positive. I think that's the Fresh Market over there. I'm not positive. I know I've been in there, and it's something to do once. It's pretty good smell. A lot of butcher operations happening. Japan Rent-A-Car. And don't quote me. That just has the looks of the Fresh Market. But we arrived in a cab, and that was a long time ago. Still trying to get to that Life building. This is kind of the automotive section of town, apparently. Bangkok does a pretty good job of kind of putting everything together. I know when you go up, there's more auto parts. I know when you go up, is it Soi 71? Right there by W District, it's just one motorbike place after another. Tools. And this area seems to be pretty heavy on automotive. So here it is, the Life Rama 4. 1 bedrooms, 4.59 million baht. Exclusive. That's a brand new building. Plenty of security. You'll have security everywhere in Thailand. And there's even a secure gates here to get in and out of the property. So if you lived here, you would be shopping down to the left, less than a 15-minute walk, or take your motorbike and go down to the Big C Lotus, the same one I use at the end of Sukhumvit Soi 26, also known as Soi RE. I'm not going to go over here. I did Rama 4, and it's pretty, what do you call it, industrial. There's muffler shops and that type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and backtrack to where I started the video, and I'll go off to the right a little bit, show you kind of this Queen Circuit area. Yeah, don't be afraid of these local buses. You just jump on, and the change person will come find you. Do her a break and give her a 20 baht note, or just keep a bunch of change in your backpack. She doesn't want to be breaking 100 and 500 baht notes. If you lived in that life building, this is one of the ways you'll get over to the train. You can walk up to Ratchet on the other side of this office complex. That's the one that had the art out front. And like I say, I started the video straight ahead on the right, and it looks like the catch of the day is in. And there's some more local style buildings, but they're all very close to the MRT Queen Circuit. And you can see off in the distance, those are some fancy high rises at the top of Sukhumvit Soi 24. And we're back up to that new cutaway for the motorbikes and the Queen Circuit on the other side of the road. And this is that building my buddy lived in. It's just with a Thai name, but feet from MRT Circuit. And right around the corner is that Lumpini place. And once again, straight ahead is the MRT station, where you can cut under busy Ratcheta Road and pop out over at the convention center and the park. I want to say it's open 4:30 until 10 p.m. And this is one of the few here that I know of in central Bangkok that has a dog park. You still need to keep the dog on a leash, but at least it's an option. Many of the other parks say guide dogs only. And here's where we started the video, at that Lumpini place. Let me take you around the corner. This little road kind of meanders until you get to Soi 16. Then you'll pop out down there by the Asok BTS junction. You can also cut off to the right. I did just that. I jumped on the back of a motorbike and zoomed over here from my condo on Soi 26. So there's a little back road that kind of runs parallel to Rama 4 without all the busy craziness. It's a little bit busy, but nothing like Rama 4. And there's this, I'm reading it, Siamese Executive Queens. It's a Wyndham property. It says Bangkok Queen Convention Center. I always thought those Wyndhams were hotel and timeshare, so I'm not sure if this is considered serviced apartments. I'm not positive, but it's pretty fancy. And it says from 7 to 39 million baht, exclusive living with hotel services. All right. 39 million baht is no joke. And they've wandered around this little area behind the Wyndham. It's all pretty local buildings. Nothing wrong with that. If you want to save a few bucks, you're going to get a no frills operation. Air conditioning, I doubt if they'll have a washer. Most of these type buildings will have a couple of washers down below. And they're probably going to have that Thai wet bath, which is basically your shower head right over your toilet, so the entire bathroom gets wet. I'm going to take you around the corner here to El Mercado. Nice restaurant. They have El Mercado 35 now, up by the Courtier Mall, kind of by O'Shea's Pub and the Royal Oak. But this, I believe, is the original, and they also have a location in the Hemisphere Mall. I'm not sure exactly. I think it has El Mercado in the name. This one here has a little grocery store. You can find specialty cheeses, and I've only been in there once, but I assume with a name like El Mercado, you might find some of those specialty items. Here's the customer parking, and the restaurant's just around the corner to the right. So if you wanted to come over here, just get off at Queen Circuit. Less than a 5-minute walk. This area back here is a little tight, sidewalk-wise. And here's the El Mercado. They have a little outdoor area over here. I think it just opened a few minutes ago. Nice. What's the special here? If I can not take off an elbow. Morning special. Okay, they're open 7 to 10, but then I think they close again. I'm not sure. So this says bakery, grocery, pastries, cold cuts. 7 till 10 p.m. And going off to the left here, I'm going to take you over there. There's a couple of low-rise buildings that are a very reasonable walk from the MRT. And going in the other direction, 15-minute walk, and you're at the Terminal 21 area. So they're tucked away. That is, what is that? The Davis building. Kind of an expensive building towards the end of Soi 22. So if you were to go down 22, you would be at the Marriott Marquis, and then at the Sukhumvit Junction, that's where you'll find the Holiday Inn and Buddy's Bar and Grill. And again, why is the Millennium Towers? I was going to say, why am I forgetting the name of those towers with the helicopter pads? It's the Millennium up on Canada. I think you can get to it from the end of Soi 16 and Soi 20. I'm trying to think of 18 dead ends. I think it does. But here is well, that's I think a private triplex. Really don't like these cars coming up from behind me, but I'm trying to film everything on the right here, these low rises, and then I'll show you where Soi 16 begins. If this isn't Soi 16, it might be. Nothing is clearly marked. There are 3 buildings up here on the right that I'm curious about. Get out of the way of this motorbike. Yeah, this is a little sketchy. You can see there's not much room, and then the motorbikes are taking every bit of what's left on the left. So if that's going to bother you, now this building's called the 16, so I'm assuming this little area is Soi 16, but I'm pretty sure the El Mercado is not. There's that building, and a big 7-Eleven, or at least a big parking lot right next door. So from here to the BTS, you do have to put up with no sidewalk and kind of tight quarters, but 5-6 minute walk. You're at MRT. You have that 7-Eleven, and that right there, I think it's called the Davis building. That's probably one of the more expensive buildings in town, or at least some of the units. And this is the other building I was interested in. Looks like it's ready for a paint job. And right there where you see cars going off to the left, that'll take you down to Sukhumvit, Soi 16. There's a food land down there. I'm trying to think, that's probably the closest in the area. The Trapezo, Sukhumvit 16, Trapezo. And this is it a one-way? Might be. But this is how I came from my condo on the motorbike. So right there, I'll take you off to 16. Real careful coming around these corners. Yeah, it's a one-way. But this is the shortcut to, yeah, this is real sketchy, to get you down from, in my case, Soi 26. Yeah, I don't like walking around that corner at all. And this way right here, you'll be down at Soi 16 and the food land. There's a building right here. It's a hotel, I guess. Okay, Sukhumvit 22 hotel. Huh, the Lake. I always thought this was an apartment complex. I'm pretty sure this is just dead ends here, but let's go see what this building is down on the end. Oh no, I see a guy coming around the corner there. Been down in this area a dozen times. I think I just assumed it. Dead end right there. This looks like a little school. I don't know though, that says it's a police shack. Huh. Juvenile hall, maybe. The PWT mansion. Interesting. Beautiful balconies. This Soi 16 is no joke. As you get closer to Sukhumvit, there's some high-end real estate. I was filming down there, and 6 Harleys or whatever it was, and multiple police cars were escorting some big shot. Now this says it's going to go over to Soi 22, the Lim Court building. That's a little bit more affordable looking. Huh. I don't know that I've ever been on this little area, so let's keep walking. That shortcut I showed you, it was one way, and I guess this is how you go off in the other direction. Yeah, I've never been on this little section. It's another cool building. What's the name? From here to MRT, I don't know. Took the name board down. And some of these names are just in Thai. There are affordable options right in the heart of Bangkok. I know many people think they need to get on the train and ride for 40 minutes, but it just depends what you want. If you find a little more modest building, you can still be within walking distance of everything. The YO place. Looks like somebody's installing a new Toshiba. I think this might be taking me back to that road I said was one way. Maybe just that one section is one way. We are going to find out. Again, another little blind corner. I guess this one's not too blind. All right. It goes off in dead ends right there. Huh. I don't think I've ever been on this little area. And that's telling you to go where we just came from to get to Soi 16. There's the Flow Pilates studio and the Quartz. I never knew this little road was here. And I just came up this little side soy, and I was holding the camera wrong. Well, let me redo it. I was showing this building kind of hidden away in the jungle, and then there's that Serenita residence. I like these buildings tucked away on these little dead-end streets, yet you're still close to everything. And there's the corner we just came around in the Quartz residence. Get over here where I got a shot to see what's gonna hit me. Huh, it's another interesting building. I'm finding all kinds of cool things tucked away back here, and I'm pretty sure that's Soi 22 straight ahead, I think. I think a lot of these buildings are listed as 22 La Maison. Older building, sometimes that equals nice large units. I think that's just a private home. Maybe a private home, but let's walk back there and look. You never know what's going to be tucked away. I guess that Davis, I sure hope it's the Davis. I keep calling it that. There's two towers. And some private townhomes, shop homes, whatever you want to call them. Platform business. I guess there is one little building tucked away back here. They're doing some construction on this guy. I think that's a business. But this is the U home. I like these little side soys. Huh, U-home looks nice. It's in kind of a weird spot though. You're right in between. You're probably actually closer to MRT, Queen Circuit. On the other side of the Millennium Towers there, even from there, you're an 8-minute walk up to the Asok BTS, and from here to Phrom Phong, that is at the top of Soi 24. So you need to go all the way down 22 and then take a right and go another 4 or 5 minutes to the Emporium Mall area where you'll get Phrom Phong. So have to keep that in mind when you're making your condo decisions, how far you are from that train. If it's the blue or the light green, right here you're about in the middle. So you'll be using these motorbikes often, or sweating it up like I am, walking the distance. Popping back out of that side soy, we have another interesting building, the Spira Park, I think, P-A-R-Q, or P-A-R-C. The Spira Sukhumvit 22, and that's 22 straight ahead. I might have been up this little road off of 22. I just didn't know it connected back to 16. Good to know. I need to get a motorbike and just zip around every one of these little roads. And that is just a parking entrance to that little building. Manila Enterprise, manufacturer and exporters. I see bags of rice, I think, or insulation maybe. If my calculations are right, right to the left is some kind of fresh meat store. And this is a nice little, it's a 7-Eleven with a bunch of food stands. In fact, I ordered pad thai from on Grab from one of these places. Yeah, there's that fresh shop, Betagro shop, and the 7-Eleven. So there you go. I found a new street. Back out on Soi 22. There's the Marriott Marquis. And most people know where that is on Sukhumvit Soi 22. So thanks for following along. Found a new little street there in an area I've been in 100 times. This is the very popular, what is it called? The Six Towers. This is a way you can walk through there and you'll pop out on Soi 24. In fact, I probably would do that if you're then going to walk up Soi 24 to the BTS. Why am I forgetting the names of everything today? Park Origin. Yeah. This guy, every time I ride by, he is just his shop is organized. If I had a motorbike and it needed servicing, I'd take it to that guy. Some of these other shops, just tools are laying around on the ground. That guy, everything is in its place. Yeah, the Park Origin, fully furnished, from 12.9 million baht. You know, you can get some affordable, somewhat affordable rents in there, but they're small. I think I looked at a 26-meter studio, but nobody really cares if you walk through there. You'll pop out kind of down Soi 24. But at least you're on the street. The Melody Snack and Karaoke Bar. I think there's a bar down here. Let me cross the street if I can. B-52's around here somewhere. I know I was in that B-52 and we were near Park Origin. Well, anyhow, thanks for following along. And there will be plenty more videos to come. We'll talk to you real soon. From Bangkok, Thailand. Have a good afternoon.